Kia ora first years whānau, and welcome to my virtual mat time number 5. Today we're going to be talking about feeling sad, one of the big emotions, something that happens to everyone, something that's really important to talk about. Before I do that, I want to say hello to some of the people who might be watching there. Hello to Lucy and Kieran, hello to Felix and Thomas, hello to Nate and Isaac, hello to Archer and to Archie, hello to Levi and Ella, and hello to Tommy and Clem. And if I didn't mention your name, hello to you too. It is wonderful that you've joined us. Well, join me. I want to start off our virtual mat time like I have the other 4 with a song, Tena Koe. So I think my voice is up to it, maybe. Let's find out. Toru, wha. Tena koe, hello to one. Tena korua, hello to 2. Tena koutou, hello to all. Haere Mai, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Tena koe, hello to one. Tena korua, hello to 2. Tena koutou, hello to all. Haere Mai, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming today. And you might notice I've got a different painting behind me today. This is one by an artist that I really like. It's called Salvador Dali. And this is called the Sacrament of the Last Supper. Some of you might recognise some of the pictures on there. They might seem familiar to you, what's going on. This artwork has actually sort of always been with us because it lives just a little bit further up there on the ceiling. Actually not on the ceiling, on the wall further up towards the ceiling. Anyway, today we're talking about sadness. So who has felt sad before ever? Who has felt sad this week? Who's felt sad today? Everyone does feel sad sometimes. So what are some things that make us feel sad? We can feel sad when we get hurt. If we fall off a bike or bump into something and it really causes a bruise or a scrape or a cut, that can make us feel sad when our body gets hurt. We can also feel sad when we get hurt on the inside. How we feel on the inside can become hurt when life becomes difficult for us, when things are not easy, and that can make us sad as well rather. So we'll talk more about that soon. But first I want you to stand up if you're not already standing up. Too. Like I said before, I can't stand up, but I'm going to do it here, and we're going to have a bit of a wriggle to get our wriggles out. So you can wriggle your face, wriggle your elbows, your shoulders, your arms, wriggle your legs. It's a bit tricky for me to wriggle my legs, but I'll do my best. And go, just wriggle your whole body. Get a bit more relaxed and feel better. Okay. And now we are going to sing a song. We're going to sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. You ready? Toru, wha. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. I was looking up that song earlier on, and I saw that it is actually over 200 years old. That's older than some of your parents. So, what's next? Just look at my list of things. Oh, couldn't be a talk about sadness without Trace Maroney's When I'm Feeling Sad. When I'm feeling sad, I feel like someone has taken all the colours away and everything is grey and gloomy and droopy. When I'm feeling sad, I want to cry and cry and cry so hard that I make a flood. I want to crawl into my bed, pull the covers over my head and stay there until the sadness is gone. Some things make me really sad, like when I hear Mum and Dad arguing, or when I'm sick and my body doesn't work properly, or when someone or something I love dies. It's okay to let yourself feel sad, but it could help to talk to someone about it. Sharing your feelings can sometimes make yourself feel better. When I'm feeling sad, I try to be kind and gentle to myself. I like to soak in a big bubble bath or listen to my favourite music. Sometimes just being with friends and family makes me feel better, even if I don't want to talk. But the nicest feeling of all is when a kind person gives me a hug and says, everything is going to be okay. The end. Wow, that was a great story about sadness. What do you like to do when you feel sad? The bunny in the story, he felt sad. He tried to take care of himself. That's really important. So he had a bubble bath, which he loved. He listened to music. So he wasn't stopping himself feel sad, but he was doing things that were taking care of himself. He was like being a good friend to himself. When I feel sad, I like to let myself feel sad for a little while and think about why I'm feeling sad. That can help me understand it a bit better. If I need to feel better, I might give myself a little hug. You can do that now if you want. It feels quite good. You can give yourself a hug now. I also like to talk to my wife. If I feel sad, she can listen to why I feel sad, and feeling heard and understood can make me feel a little bit better. When I feel sad, I also like to remind myself that things might feel hard now, but that they'll feel different soon. I won't feel sad for long. So, with that in mind, how about a song, if you're happy and you know it? Again, I'll probably forget all the lyrics to this, but we'll do our best. Okay, so if you're not standing up, please, et tu. And please join in with if you're happy and you know it. Toru, fa. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're angry and you know it, stomp your feet, stomp, stomp. If you're angry and you know it, stomp your feet, stomp, stomp. If you're angry and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're angry and you know it, stomp your feet, stomp, stomp. If you're sad and you know it, tell a friend, I feel sad. If you're sad and you know it, tell a friend, I feel sad. If you're sad and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're sad and you know it, tell a friend, I feel sad. But if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Alright, well done. I feel like when I was sad and telling my friend that the fern might have been my friend. Thank you for listening, Fern. You're a good fern. Now, I have another story. This story is called Duck. It's by Randy Cecil. Duck was a merry-go-round animal who longed to fly. She knew her carved wooden wings were not made for flying, but she couldn't stop thinking about it, even when the merry-go-round was whirling. At night, after the crowds had gone and the fairground was quiet, Duck would leave her place on the merry-go-round. She loved to watch real ducks soar across the sky. She would lie on the cobblestones and look up at the stars. She wondered how close those ducks got to the stars. And when Duck fell asleep, she dreamed she was among them. Then one spring day, everything changed. A little lost duckling ambled through the front gate and walked right up to Duck. "What is this?" wondered Duck. It had a beak like a duck and feet like a duck, but she had never seen such a small duck before, or one so yellow and fuzzy. She picked up the tiny thing to examine it more closely. "Are you a duck?" she asked. "Quack," said the duckling. From that moment on, Duck and Duckling were always together. They laughed together. They played together. They even dreamed the same dreams. As time passed, Duckling's yellow fuzz turned into beautiful white feathers, and his little wings began to look like flying duck's wings. Soon he was mastering real duck things, like digging through the mud for insects. But he showed no signs of flying. If Duckling was ever going to fly, Duck decided she would have to teach him. So they began Duckling's training. In the morning, they worked on jumping. A good jump is essential for takeoff. Next came flying practice. Anyone will tell you how important flapping is for flying. Then Duck would help Duckling climb up onto her back so Duckling could feel the wind on his wings as the merry-go-round turned. There were wonderful moments when it looked like Duckling might take off and fly straight up to the clouds. But he never quite did. Duck knew it was time to find the ones who could teach Duckling what she could not. So Duck strapped Duckling tightly to her back with her scarf and set off in search of real ducks. She walked and walked. Suddenly she saw them, a group of ducks floating in the stream. "Now remember to be polite," she said to Duckling as she straightened some of his new feathers. "You're going to be fine." But when she looked for the ducks again, they were gone. "Wait!" Duck cried as she raced to the top of a hill. The real flying ducks were high in the sky, heading south. What if they never found them again? How would Duckling learn to fly? Then something magical happened. They were flying. Sort of. Duckling was flying, but actually they were sinking more than they were flying. Duck was just too heavy for Duckling. As they sank lower and lower, Duck realised what she had to do. She freed herself from the scarf. Straight away, Duck went up. Duckling went up, and Duck went down. Up, up, up went Duckling. Down, down, down went Duck. kept going until she hit the ground and skidded to a stop. She looked up just in time to see Duckling take his place among the other real ducks. A moment later they were gone. Duck limped back home to the fairground, alone and scarfless, to face the long winter ahead. And a long winter it was. It snowed and snowed. Snowed so much Duck almost disappeared. But finally spring returned. The snow melted away and Duck was awakened by bright sun. The real ducks were returning too, but Duck no longer wanted to watch them fly. It was flying that had taken Duckling away from her. Duck sat at the edge of the merry-go-round and lowered her head. Then out of the corner of her eye she saw something. It was a real flying duck, but not just any duck. This one was wearing Duck's scarf and flying right towards her. "Duckling," she cried. "Quack," said Duckling. "Let me look at you," said Duck. "You're all grown up." Duckling preened as Duck patted his head and smoothed his tail feathers. All that day they laughed together and played together, just as they had so many times before. As night came, Duckling prepared to leave again with his flock, but first Duckling helped Duck climb up onto his back. And finally Duck knew what it was like to fly. The end. Well, sadness. We've talked a bit about what we can do when we feel sad. What about if it's somebody else who feels sad? Somebody else around you in your bubble, maybe a friend or a brother or a sister. What can we do to help them feel sad, I wonder? No, not to help them feel sad, but to help them when they feel sad. Well, maybe we could give them a hug, or listen to them tell you why they feel sad. Or perhaps you could ask if they want to play together, or join in with what you're doing, or maybe do something that they want to do. Those could all be good things that you could do. Remember, people who feel sad may not want hugs, or may not want to play or want to talk. The important thing is to be kind to them. To always be kind to sad people, whether it is other people or whether it's yourself. Thank you for listening. I hope if you're feeling sad that you feel better soon. Because it is a mat time, we're going to end with Haere Mai. Toru wha. Haere Mai, Haere Mai, Haere Mai ki te kai, aporo arangi panana, kai pai mo tō tinana. Okay, that's all for me today. Lovely to have you with me, and I hope you're having a good day. See you later now.